Vulpes is a genus of the Canidae. The members of this genus are colloquially referred to as true foxes, meaning they form a proper clade. The word fox occurs on the common names of species. True foxes are distinguished from members of the genus Canis such as dogs, wolves, coyotes, and jackals by the smaller size and flatter skulls. They have black, triangular markings between their eyes and nose, and the tips of the tails are often a different color from the rest of the pelts. The typical lifespan for this genus is between 2 and 4 years, but can reach up to a decade. 4 animals commonly known as foxes but which are not true foxes. See fox #classification. Extant species. Within Vulpes, 12 separate and distinct extant species and 4 fossil species are described: Arctic fox, Bengal fox, Blandford's fox, Cape fox, Korsak fox, fennec fox, kit fox, pale fox, Rüppell's fox, red fox, swift fox, Tibetan sand fox. The Arctic fox is sometimes included in this genus as Vulpes lagopus based on the definitive mammal taxonomy list, as well as genetic evidence. Foxes of this group possess eyes with pupils that retract into vertical slits in bright light. The red fox, Rüppell's fox, and Tibetan sand fox possess white-tipped tails. The Arctic fox's tail tip is of the same color as the rest of the tail. Blandford's fox usually possesses a black-tipped tail, but a small number of specimens possess a light-tipped tail. The other foxes in this group all possess black-tipped to dark-tipped tails. Fossil species. Vulpes Rüppell, late Miocene. Vulpes praeglacialis, Cormos. Vulpes hassani. Vulpes skinneri. Vulpes stenognathus. Vulpes kius-huddingi. Early history. The oldest known fossil species within Vulpes is Vulpes Rüppell, dating back to the late Miocene of Chad, which is within the Neogene. The deposits these fossils are found within are about 7 million years old, which might make them the earliest Canidae in the Old World. They are estimated to have weighed between 1.5 and 3.5 pounds. Vulpes skinneri, from the Malapa fossil site from South Africa, is younger than V. Rüppell by roughly 5 million years, and shows up in the early Pleistocene. 2 other extinct, less documented fossils are known: Vulpes praeglacialis and Vulpes hassani. V. praeglacialis was discovered in the Petrolona cave in Chalkidiki, Greece. The age of the deposits makes it the earliest occurrence of Vulpes in Europe. V. hassani is found in a Miocene-Pliocene deposit in northwestern Africa. In the Pleistocene, Vulpes had a fairly wide distribution, with 8 species found in North America. Of these 8, 6 are not fossil, and 3 species still remain in North America. The remaining 3 moved on to sections of Africa over time. V. stenognathus is extinct, but has extant sister taxa including V. chama, V. Rüppell, V. velox, and V. vulpes, which fits with these species all evolving together in North America. Distribution. Vulpes bengalensis. Bengal foxes are endemic to India and live throughout the subcontinent, and have not been placed on the endangered species list, but have become threatened by lack of native habitat due to human expansion. Vulpes Blandford's fox dwells in section of the Middle East including Afghanistan, Egypt, Turkestan, Iran, Pakistan, and Israel. This species prefers semi-arid environments. Vulpes chama. The Cape fox is only found in the south of Africa, including Zimbabwe, Botswana, and South Africa. They thrive in semi-arid and arid environments with rich grasslands. Vulpes Korsak. Korsak foxes live in Central Asia. Like V. chama and V. cana, they do best in semi-arid deserts. This fox is within the Holarctic clade of foxes. This clade also contains the Arctic fox, swift fox, and red fox. The possible ancestor is V. Korsak, meaning they may have had a much wider distribution in the past. Vulpes ferulata, the Tibetan sand fox, as the name suggests, is endemic to the Tibetan and Ladakh Plateau in Nepal, China, Sikkim, and Bhutan. This species lives in altitudes up to 5,300 meters and semi-deserts. Vulpes lagopus Arctic foxes inhabit all of the Arctic, Iceland, and parts of Scandinavia, and hold the title of being the only native land mammal in all of Iceland. This fox arrived in Iceland during the climax of the last ice age, when the seas were frozen solid enough to walk across. Two extant subpopulations of this species are alive today. The Arctic fox is most closely related to kit and Korsak foxes. Vulpes macroti kit foxes are an arid area-dwelling North American species. They are found in Oregon, Colorado, Nevada, Utah, California, New Mexico, and Texas. They also have a small population in Mexico. Vulpes pallida, the pale fox, lives in upper middle Africa and is an arid area-dwelling species. Vulpes Rüppell, these foxes are specific to northern Africa and sections of the Middle East. Vulpes velox, the swift fox, is found in the western grasslands of North America, specifically Montana, Colorado, New Mexico, Oklahoma, and Texas, as well as some sections of Canada. This species is most closely related to the kit fox, but lives in a different section of North America. The two can interbreed. Vulpes the red fox is the most abundant and most widely distributed species of vulpes. They currently live in most sections of the northern hemisphere. They also are present in Australia, though were brought there by humans for fox hunting in the 1830s and are considered an invasive species. This species' ancestor originated in the early Pleistocene and are most closely related to Rüppell's fox. Vulpes zerda, the fennec fox, lives in the northernmost sections of Africa. It was not previously within vulpes, but genetic evidence shows its close relation with Blandford's fox, making it a true fox. Anatomy. Vulpes has a very similar bone structure to its canid relatives, but does have some modifications. Although canid limbs are designed specifically for running quickly on land to catch prey, Vulpes species avoid rapid sprints, excluding being chased, and have become more specialized for leaping and grasping prey. The adaptations for leaping, grasping, and climbing include the lengthening of hind limbs in relation to forelimbs, as well as overall slenderizing of both hind and forelimbs. Muscles are also emphasized along the axis of limbs. Diet. This genus is omnivorous and prone to scavenging. The foods of choice for vulpes consist of invertebrates, a variety of small vertebrates, grasses, and some angiosperms. The typical intake per day is about 1 kilogram. True foxes exhibit hoarding behavior, a caching where they store away food for another day out of sight from other animals. Habitat. These foxes can dwell in a number of habitats, including alpine, forest, desert, coastal, farm, and urban, but thrive in environments rich in food and shelter. They can be found in great numbers in suburban, residential regions. For the most part, this coexistence is agreeable for both fox and man, but can sometimes result in house pet disappearances. Predators. Predators are dependent on location, but commonly include humans, bears, and large birds of prey, such as eagles. Behavior. General overview. Though this varies in intensity from species to species, foxes operate within a hierarchical society, where dominance is established early in life. Dominant kits receive more food and are subsequently larger. If a dispute in the hierarchy occurs, dominance is determined by fighting. the loser may be subjected to rejection from its social group as well as serious injuries. These social groups consist of 3 to 4 adults and have not been documented to surpassing 10 adults. Vulpes species are usually nocturnal, but do occasionally hunt and scavenge in daylight during winter. Reproduction: a male is referred to as a dog fox, and the female as a vixen. They are very similar in appearance, though dogs have larger heads. Mating occurs in late winter. This mating process starts when the vixen digs out an undisclosed number of potential breeding dens and begins to release a mating scent. Gestation takes 7 to 8 weeks, putting typical birth occurrence in March, and on average, kits begin to emerge in late April. The parents work as a unit in the upbringing of their offspring, but do not mate for life. After birth, born deaf and blind kits or cubs require the mother's milk and complete supervision for the first 4 to 5 weeks out of the womb, but begin to be progressively weaned after the first month. Once fully weaned, kits seek out various insects. The parents supplement this diet with a variety of mammals and birds. During early to middle July, the kits are able to hunt on their own and soon move away from the parents. Domestication. The rare domestication has been documented. The most notable case documented is the domestication of the silver fox in Novosibirsk, Russia, at the Siberian Institute of Cytology and Genetics. In this study, generations of silver foxes were divided into those with friendly traits and those with unfriendly traits. After 50 years, the friendly foxes developed dog-like domesticated traits such as spots, tail wagging, enjoyment of human touch, and barking. Fox hunting. Fox hunting was started in the United Kingdom in the 16th century that involves tracking, chasing, and killing a fox with the aid of foxhounds and horses. It has since then spread to Europe, the United States, and Australia.